Hello and welcome to another edition of Insight, the Greater Cleveland Partnership feature that focuses upon areas of interest to the Greater Cleveland business community. I'm Steve Lutner, and joining me today is Julius Chach, CEO of the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. Hi, Julius.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Good. Julius, today you and I are going to be talking about the ongoing efforts your district, your agency is making to make Lake Erie cleaner. Let's talk a little bit about how the federal government ordered a consent decree to order the reduction of sewage that was being, or it still is to a degree, being dumped into Lake Erie, and what you're doing about it.
Sure, Steve. We have major programs in our operation, but the biggest program of all is what we call Project Clean Lake, and that is eliminating the rest of the overflows that we have. 4.5 billion gallons with a B overflows that flow into Lake Erie that goes untreated. It used to be 9 billion, got it down to 4.5 billion. We're under order now to get the rest of the 4 billion of the 4.5 billion out of the system. And so we are constructing, we have a consent decree with the government. It's an order. It's a 25-year program. We're 5 years into that program. A $3 billion price tag in order to carry that program, so it's quite significant. And that on top of the other capital renewals that we have to do with our existing assets, yeah, we're spending about $300 to $400 million a year just in capital investment in this area.
Now, one of the main ways that you're taking this on is the construction of these huge underground tunnels. When it rains, it just makes it worse, and the sewage goes into the lake. Explain how those work, these big tunnels.
Yeah, the technology that was chosen is a proven technology, and that is to capture the overflows rather than go in the environment, let it drop into these giant tunnels as they are, and hold the water there until such time as the storm subsides, and then we could pump it out and send it to our treatment plant when the treatment plant is getting lower flows, send it to the plant there and have it treated before it goes out into Lake Erie. So it's proven technology, and it works very well.
Capital intensive and expensive, but I suppose this is obvious to a degree, but why is this important for us to be doing this here in Greater Cleveland?
Well, all you have to do is look at Rio de Janeiro. I mean, that was us in the 1960s, and we've come a long way since then, but we've got a ways to go yet. And I think we could all accept the fact that 4 billion gallons of overflow is still unacceptable. And it's important because Lake Erie is our greatest asset, as we all want to say around here, and it is, and we need to treat it as such. It is our drinking water source, so from a health standpoint it's important, recreation standpoint, commerce standpoint, and certainly from an economic development standpoint. We are starting to talk about some of the great new lakefront development we're going to have here. Well, it won't be very presentable if we have all kinds of sewage flowing into the lake like they do in Rio de Janeiro.
Now, the federal government ordered this, but they're not paying for it. We have to pay for it ourselves.
That's correct, Steve. The federal government has not given sewage agencies any appreciable federal funding since the 1990s, so it is funded locally. We do have to have a revenue source here, so we do collect money through our rates that we charge our customers. We have had rate increases almost every year since 1990, and indeed our board is just passing another set of rate increases for the years 2017 through 2021, which is about 8.3% a year. But even with that, I have to say, Steve, that we do not rival the gas, electric, and certainly not the cable and cell phone services. And I would argue that the services that we and the Cleveland Division of Water provide are certainly more important than some of those, or more critical, I should say, than some of those other services.
Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, cleaning up Lake Erie. Thanks, Julius.
Thank you, Steve.
And thanks for watching another edition of Insight. In the weeks and months to come, we'll focus on more areas of interest to the Greater Cleveland business community.